Hello, everybody. Rob Cootie here of the MLM Solution. Today is Monday, March 8th. Can you believe it? March 8th already. Currently 10:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As you know, we go live each and every day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. If you will, please use hashtag the MLM Solution, hashtag the MLM Solution to share our podcasts and our platforms with our fellow network marketers all across the globe. As you know, we have to work together as a team to get this word out to our fellow network marketers so they can utilize this wonderful information to take full advantage of this great business model that can change their lives. But they have to know what they're doing, and you can help them gain that knowledge by sharing our platforms, our information. And you can do that with the hashtag the MLM Solution. You can also go to the new website, themlmsolution.net, themlmsolution.net. There's ways to share the website and podcast and everything else there as well. Today's subject matter is going to be number 142. Are you a network marketer or a business builder? Are you a network marketer or a business builder? If you don't know which one you are, and there is a vast difference, you do not want to miss today's episode. So with that being said, I'm going to hop off of here. We stream live, as you know, each and every day, Monday through Friday on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. And we will see you very shortly on both of those.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Cootie.
Hello, Miss Marie. Good morning. Good morning. It's a happy Monday. It's currently 11 a.m., March 8th, Eastern Standard Time. Miss Marie, how was your weekend?
Happy Monday to you. The weekend was fabulous, very full, very busy, and man, I got some sleep to catch up on yet, I think.
I totally get that. There's weekends like that for me as well. I totally understand, especially as I get older. I wear down faster.
Well, and it's like I got hit by the double whammy this weekend. Number one, I'm getting older, so I don't go out as much and I don't stay out as late. And the past year with the stay home, stay safe nonsense, I'm out of practice of socializing, and this was kind of a full weekend of that, and I'm just like, holy cow.
Yeah, I understand. Well, I'll tell you what, as you know, I'm tickled pink to see that the states are taking control of their own futures, as they should, because you know as well as I do, each and every state has their own president, and he's known as a governor. And each governor has powers to govern their state as they see fit without federal intervention if it does not affect federal security, right? National security and things of that nature. And I'm glad to see that they're taking charge. They're saying, hey, enough is enough. We got to get going. And that is good to see that there are people that believe in human beings' intelligence to make their own decisions about their own future. So, as you know, without bragging, the wife and I were talking about this yesterday. Of course, she's a fan sometimes she's not of mine. But the thing is, we have maintained a normal lifestyle throughout this whole thing. There's times I wore no mask whatsoever, and then there's times where I have worn it when I go into the stores, respecting the stores. I won't say requirement, but request, to wear a mask when you're inside. And I did do that for a while. And there's more and more people here in Kentucky that are not wearing masks in the stores. And I'm glad to see that. So my point is, it's not about me. The thing is that we have tried to keep it as normal as possible. And it's good to see that other states are doing the same thing and that you're getting out and about as well. Did you guys, your governor and all them, what did your state do?
We still have a mask mandate in place, but you know what? Ultimately, It's when we, the people, decide it's over, because I go pretty much everywhere without a mask. And if people like push me on it, like Costco is a membership store, right? They require the mask. Well, if you want to go in, you got to wear the mask type of thing. But even then, I'm not saying I wear it entirely right, but I wear it.
I've walked away 2 times at Costco. We're members as well. I said, all right, that's fine. And I left, and the wife went shopping, and I stayed in the car. But there are times where I have worn it as well. And like you, I wear it upside down. The wife gets all pissed off. So,
well, and most places don't press you on it. They don't care.
No.
So. Utah is making noise about lifting the mandate by July, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. But there are a large number of people here that don't wear masks, and here's the thing. Everybody freaks out. You're lifting the mask mandate. It's not that they're banning the wearing of masks. They're just no longer requiring it. So if you're more comfortable living your life wearing a mask, by all means, please do it. If you don't feel the need to wear a mask, you've either already had COVID, or you've gotten the vaccine, or you're just not a high-risk individual, then don't. I mean, people should be able to choose. Places like South Dakota and Governor Kristi Noem,
yes.
Huge fan. Never had a mandate. Trust the people. Give them the information. Let them make their own decisions. That's the way we need to roll.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. I'm a big fan as well. Common sense lady. No bull crap, straightforward, common sense lady. Love the attitude. Big fan of hers. I don't care if she's male or female. Big fan. I agree with you. Stand up on your own merit, make your own decisions. And, they've been under the radar. They have not been reported on because the mainstream media is not meeting their narrative. They want people locked down. And as you know, so we're not going there. Let me ask you in closing, your governor, Democrat or Republican?
He's a rhino.
There you go. All right. I get it totally, completely. The reason I ask, because ours is Democratic, and he's more, I think he's more reasonable than yours. So I was just curious. I'm not a big fan of ours, but he's actually been pretty decent. I am not a Democrat fan at all, or a Rhino fan at all in any way, shape, or form. But you know what? You got to give credit where credit's due, right? If you're going to be a fair human being, when they do the right things, you got to say, hey, that was a good deal. And I think for the most part, he's been pretty good, pretty grounded. And
here's the interesting thing. Utah is a very conservative state.
I know, yes.
But we have a governor that's a rhino, and Mitt Romney is one of our senators.
Oh my gosh. Now I'm going to tell you something. How in the world he has managed, what is going on in that state?
Why? Well, I can tell you how he managed. He wanted to get back into politics. He's a Mormon, so he decided to run in Utah. Ta-da!
I bet he don't get reelected.
I hope not. I hope people are smart enough to recognize him for what he is.
I mean, look, regardless of whether he's a runner or not, the bottom line is the guy is really putting a stain on the state, and you guys have a wonderful state. I mean, he's not smart. He's a ding dong. I mean, you just shake your head saying, man, how in the world that guy get to be a politician? And it makes you wonder about the people of Utah. What is going on there? Of course, look who's talking. I voted for Mitch McConnell because he was working with Trump. I look back and say how stupid I was. He played me like a fiddle. So, I mean, I have no room to complain. All right. Enough of that. All right, guys. We got a really important subject today, despite the fact that we got off on something that was world events. Anyway, the point is that today is podcast number 142, Miss Marie. We're almost at 200. Look at that.
Getting warmer.
And guys, it's network marketer or business model for all of you on the podcast. Network marketer or business model. Which one are you? There's a vast difference. If you don't know the difference between the two, then guess what? You are going to put a ceiling on your success in this business model. You'll be like, Rob, what are you talking about? Well, we're going to take a deep dive into that. And we're going to talk about it because this is a subject you've got to fully grasp and understand. If you already started your business building process, you can hit the reset button. And I really hate saying that because of the way they use it in politics. But it is true. You can take a step back and say, you know what, I need to take a different approach. Miss Marie, we don't like saying that we're the one and only, the 5 simple steps and this and that. There are other ways to build this business, as you know. But I think that ours is the most proficient and the most profitable, to be honest with you. And I think that you would agree, not because you're a partner. Look, you got a strong, independent mind of your own. And there's times where you don't agree with me, and there's times that we talk. And I value your input. And when we have a difference of opinion, we talk it out and we say, hey, we either try to find common ground or we just accept what it is. But I would venture to say that when you look at the 5 simple steps, based on your experience, I don't know of a more efficient business model where the 5 simple steps are maximized. Each one of those steps are maximized to the ultimate. In other words, guys, if you use the 5 simple steps and you have the mindset of the business builder, to be honest with you, this business model is at your disposal. Would you not agree?
Oh, yeah, it makes it much easier. And one disclaimer I want to make up front here is we obviously lean towards and advocate for one over the other. But whether you decide you're a network marketer or a business builder, the important thing is to recognize the difference and decide which works for you and which you really want to pursue. It's not necessarily that one is better than the other, but you have to make that personal choice. For Rob and myself, we made a personal choice and we decided one is better than the other for us and for our ambitions. And back in the day when we were more actively engaged in the industry. But we do want to kind of define the differences, highlight the pros and cons of both, and let you decide which is best for you. We're not necessarily pushing you to be one or over the other or saying you have to be one or the other, but we want you to recognize the difference.
That's right. Miss Marie, I was a network marketer when I first went in. And there's no,
I think we all are.
yeah. I mean, there's no shame in that. You're absolutely right. And
I've always been proud to wear that label.
Yeah. And you know what the thing is, guys, is that even though I go straight in for the kill on the business builder side, it's not, as she stated, and I'm glad that there's a prime example of why Miss Marie is so valuable to the show, because she clarifies our stance. And that's not a backpedaling statement. The bottom line is she's absolutely right. I go for the business builder because I understand that, hey, if you're going to maximize this business model, one of these stances is better than the other. And we're going to talk about both, but they're both going to give you, if you do it right, you can use the 5 simple steps in each one. And if you do it right, you're going to be in a better situation down the road than you are hopefully today. The thing is that we don't know each and every person's situation, of course, and you might have a good life right now, and you're just looking for more personal freedom. And this business model can certainly do that. What we're saying is that the network marketing side, based on the approach and the tactics and things of that nature, because we know what's preached out there, and we know the process we went through. As I just stated, we were network marketers when we first came in. We didn't know the business model. We didn't know the limitations. We didn't know the challenges. We didn't know the problems with the business model. We didn't know any of that. And we had to start out in the journey. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Miss Marie has set up a wonderful week of topics. And one of them is, what is it, Miss Marie, real quick? The learning curve. That's one. The learning curve. Well, we had to go through that. I don't know about you, Miss Marie. It took me about 5-6 years, maybe 7. I had to sit down and think before I began to understand. I was struggling. Obviously, I had limited success and enough to keep me going, enough to tease me, if you will. Teaser success, I call it. But the point is that I said, okay, the business model works. And what frustrated me, as you know, we had the discussion, you start looking for that magic bullet. What is it that they know that I don't? Because you're working your tail off, you're getting some success, and you think, I'm right there. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to break it. And you can't seem to get over the top because you don't understand the business model. It wasn't that there was a magic bullet. It's just that, hey, I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't have the proper knowledge. I certainly had the work ethic. I certainly had the commitment, and I certainly had the activity, Miss Marie. And I was creating volume, and I was moving up in pin rank, but I couldn't get it over the hump, and I couldn't figure out why until later. Unfortunately, that's a big learning curve. And not many people would stay around that long. You probably went through the same thing.
Well, exactly. And that's the way we all start out because we don't know any better. Typically, you're coming into a network marketing opportunity because you've been introduced to it by either a friend or family member. who's also relatively new to the model in the industry. So you're just kind of following whatever the upline has been telling you to do. And oftentimes it's some variation of the 3-foot rule, right? You want to present your opportunity, your product to anybody and everybody around you that's breathing.
Unfortunately, yes, that is the key. Either to your failure or your success, one of the two, the 3-foot rule. Okay, so, you're going to be asking yourself, all right, Robin, well, what's the difference between the network marketer and business model? Well, network marketer is basically what she just said. Look, you come in, you don't know any better. If you didn't watch these podcasts or listen to them, you wouldn't know there was a difference between the two. Matter of fact, you probably won't even know that there's a quote unquote term called business builder that even exists. Okay. I can tell you from personal experience that the top earners, most of them that I am aware of, I can't speak for all of them, obviously, do not consider themselves network marketers. They're a fan of the industry. They're a fan of the business model because they understand the power of it. But they are not network marketers, and they don't shy away from the term. That's not the point. If that was the case, they wouldn't be associated with the business model at all. But they understand what they are, okay? They understand what they do, and they are a business builder. They totally focus on the steps. They don't care what anybody else has to say. They don't care how much more experience somebody else has. Miss Marie, they have perfected their activity to build a business. They are there to do one thing, build a business that will produce the income. That's the bottom line. Without fail, the people that I've been around, that is the continuing theme that when we have discussions is, hey, I am going to use this business model to develop the money that will support the lifestyle I want. I can't get this anyplace else. That was I don't care who I was talking to. And most of the time, these people didn't even know each other. And they would be on one side of the country or the other, or one part of the world or the other. And the continuing theme, the people that understood this business model, how to make it work, was that. Okay. Now, the one thing that frustrated me, and I'll really get to the difference here in a minute, guys. The one thing that frustrated Miss Maria was this. Why don't you guys share how you build this business with other people? Well, we do. I mean, I just don't get it. There was a disconnect, when you started hanging around them and you heard them talking, you're sitting around, you're having a beer or margarita or something, and you're just sitting around talking, and they're it's shop talk. I would think to myself, why in the hell don't they share this information with other people? Can you imagine what they could really do? I don't know. I don't really have an answer. It was baffling. And that's what motivated me to start, as you know, the MLM solution, because I thought, well, this information's got to get out to people. I mean, there's so many people out there struggling and spending their last penny on joining a company that they hope will help change their life, and yet they don't have the proper knowledge. Guys, this is this mindset of business builders. That's the reason why I just told you that quick little story. That is the mindset. They are a business builder. They realize what they're doing. They have a goal. They have a purpose. And without fail, when they go into any company, their whole purpose is to build a profitable business, right, Ms. Marie? And you realize that after a while. And the steps that are necessary to do that are different than a network marketer. And you say, well, how can that be? It's the same industry. Well, as she stated earlier, here's what happens. If you're a network marketer, you don't know any different. You don't know, you're new to the industry. You're not sure how it works. You're following someone that you have put in a position of authority by joining their organization, saying, I trust this person. I'm going to follow them because they talk and act like they know what they're doing. And there's no reason to question what they're telling you at the moment. Okay. And especially if they're having limited success, Miss Marie, what happened to me, I saw them out there sponsoring people. I saw them creating volume. I saw them go up in pin rank by 1 or 2 pins. But what didn't happen, Miss Marie, was not being sustained. They were having more people dropping out than they had coming in. They wouldn't say that, and they plateaued out. And they stuck around trying to get it over the hump, as we just talked about at the beginning of the show. And, they really were tight-lipped about that. They're not going to share, and I don't blame them. They're not going to share the challenges that they're having. They haven't figured it out. They're not getting a lot of help. And some of the things that they were hearing from their upline leadership was not something that they felt comfortable doing or could afford to do, right, to get it over the hump. Guys, here's the thing. As a business builder, what happens is if you start building in the United States and Canada, you can pretty much, Miss Marie, especially with today's technology, do it through Zoom, Google Hangouts, and all that other stuff, right? You could talk to prospects, you could do meetings, leadership meetings, all that. And you could really grow internationally very quickly using today's technology. Well, that wasn't the case back in the day. And guys, what they would do is if they didn't already have the money, what they would do is they would focus on the United States and Canada, maybe Mexico, develop enough income where they could travel to Israel, they could travel to the Asian countries and do live meetings there. And they would go there and there were hordes of people that would show up because that part of the world loves network marketing. And if they had this reputation that they could fall back on, then guess what? When they went to Israel or the Asian countries, they had a full house. And so they had an quote unquote unfair advantage to people that just focused on the United States. Because look, if you're just in the United States, unless you sponsor someone that is strong in the Asian countries, but you're really at a disadvantage. And Miss Marie, those people, their businesses would explode because they would go to those countries back in the day. But they developed the money to travel here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. So guys, that was kind of the formula back in the day. Well, has anybody shared that with you? Probably not. But we have told you guys that you can reach across the world with today's technology. Miss Maria, it would excite me to no end that you could do that with today's technology. You and I could probably build a very quick, very profitable business very quickly because of the fact that we would utilize technology very proficiently. Would you agree?
Well, absolutely. And with today's technology, too, we can leverage our time better as well, getting that music to the ears message out to people 24/7 rather than just like you and I back in the day picking up the phone and making phone calls, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, the phone bills. We talked about that. Oh my gosh. We were dedicated. The key, guys, was like any business, develop enough income to cover the expenses until it really starts to take off. And that's what you did in network marketing. Okay. Once again, has anybody ever told you that? How do you develop that business? I mean, that volume, that income? Well, if you're doing the 5 simple steps, you have the threshold of profitability, which allows you to develop, even if you just start out in the United States, if you do it right, you'll develop enough volume and income where you can expand and not affect the income of your family and the lifestyle of your family. And that's what you want to do. Once again, that's what the power of the 5 simple steps do. So let's stay focused on the network marketer versus business builder. When you go in today, if Miss Marie and I had no knowledge and experience like we did back in the day about this industry, we're going to go in totally blind, dependent on someone else. And once again, cross our fingers, cross our eyes, legs, toes, everything else, hoping and praying the person that sponsored us or the people above them know what in the world they're doing. And we go blindly out there trying to do the 3-foot rule and everything else, trying to spread a message of some type. And typically it's focused on product. Now, we have done an episode, product or opportunity, which one to lead with and why. And the reason we have that is because there is a difference between the product of the company and what the true product of the business model or that company truly is. If your goal is to make money, like most people's, your product is not the product. Your product is a byproduct of the process. What your real product is the opportunity to tap into that company at the moment that it's going through exponential growth to maximize the financial possibilities that company presents to you. That is your true product. It's the time, right, Miss Marie? It's the time to catching that company at the right moment where it's going through that growth. So you can be a part of that tremendous wealth that's being created, not only for the company, but individuals that are smart enough to tap into that at that moment. Okay, that's one of the biggest differences between a network marketer and a business builder. A network marketer is focused on, hey, have you ever, are you overweight? We got a great weight loss program, and they start going into this weight loss program. And there's a lot of good ones in network marketing, Miss Marie. And sometimes they're singular products. Sometimes they're a package. I actually like the packages that were well-rounded. But the thing is that people are promoting this weight loss. And Miss Marie, the reason they do that is weight loss year in and year out, month after month, is one of the biggest sellers across the world. People want to lose weight. And people are looking for different ways to do that and remain healthy during the process. And network marketing companies have really focused in on that and do a wonderful job of bringing those products to the market. And the thing is, guys, a lot of people will approach Miss Marie with that product. Miss Marie, would you like to lose weight? Would you like to remain healthy? Here's what, blah, 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 blah. And they go through this whole process. That is a network marketer approach. Okay. Business builder doesn't do that. Business builder realizes that the biggest demands out there is that people want more time, more money, and better lifestyle. Now, the losing weight can be part of that better lifestyle, but guess what? If I approach it right and I say, hey, Miss Marie, and I go through the Music to the Ears message, and the added side bonus is that Miss Marie says, hey, I really like this weight loss program. You know, if this is the product, then I can see where people will join, and even if they don't build a business, they might stay with this product. Okay. She sees the value. That's the mindset of a business builder. Okay. She's focused on making money. She understands how to create the volume, because that's what it's about. It's about creating that volume so you can get paid. She sees the product that it can do that, because one of the key components of any successful business builder is that the company has to offer a product that people want and will use. Okay. So if Miss Marie's a veteran business builder, she'll look at that and say, hey, this product is solid. I can get behind this product. In other words, she's saying I can use this product to build my business and to create the volume. This is awesome. Right, Miss Marie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And part of the assumption there too is, as a business builder, you're actually approaching it as a business, right? You have a game plan for how you're going to achieve the particular level of income that you're after.
Yes.
Now, there may be the ultimate level that you want to achieve, but you have steps in between, and you have a clear line, a clear path of how you're going to get there. Whereas from the network marketer mode, it's more of an idea of, oh, I can make more money and possibly get a better lifestyle for myself, but there's not a clear path to accomplish that. Again, it's just kind of the more of a throwing spaghetti at the wall type of approach,
Right.
Because you're not being instructed on how to really make the business work, right? It's just that hand-me-down that comes down the line of, well, this is how we do the business. You know, you reach out to everybody around you, you introduce the products this way, you introduce the business opportunity this way, and everybody kind of does it the same, but there's not necessarily a business plan in place.
No. And if there is a business plan, it would loosely be based on, hey, go out there and talk, as you said, talk to as many people as possible and get them on this product. That's how you become successful in network marketing. In other words, push the product, and talk to as many people as you can. And, you know, talk, push. And so what happens, guys, is that, as we've talked about before, you become a product of the product. In other words, you walk around, you're a walking encyclopedia about every part of that product. You know all the ingredients, you know who researched it, you know the doctors behind it, you know the science behind it. I mean, you are a walking advertisement, walking encyclopedia for that product. Why? Because they have told you, talk to as many people as you can, as quick as you can, and share the product, because you create volume by moving product, right, Miss Marie? That is a loosely identification of a network marketing business approach. That is not a business approach. A business person says, because even in Miss Marie, even investors, they're business people. They're not quote unquote investors. They use the investing business model, whether it's real estate or whatever. Guess what? When I was in real estate, I didn't look at real estate as real estate. I looked at it like, if I put my money here, I can get this kind of return. I had a process I went through to maximize what that property brought to me, just like in the network marketing business model. And sometimes I won, sometimes I lost, just like Vegas, you know. But the point is, I mean, you're going to have some duds, right? That's just the way life is. You're going to lose some money, and sometimes you're going to break even. If you do it right, more times than not, you're going to come out ahead. And you know, sometimes it come out $1,000 ahead. Sometimes I come out multi-thousands of dollars ahead. It all was based on life in general, right? Well, it's no different here, guys. It's no different here. The point is that in the business building mindset, we are going into this totally about making money, because we know that with a new company, the growth happens between year 1 and year 3. We talk about that all the time. Maybe if you're lucky, you're up to year 5. But here's the thing. In the network marketer mindset, they're just out there trying to push the product. They're not even thinking about a timetable, right, Miss Marie? I mean, they're just saying, hey, I'm just following what they tell me. And Miss Marie, you'll rarely hear them say, we got to get this done. It's a new company within the first 3 years. There's no urgency. There's no mindset of, hey, this could stop any time. It's not a fear factor for you guys that are business builders. If you choose to go that mindset, it's just a fact that most companies that are new are going to struggle to make it to year 3. And if they're lucky, year 5. Well, with that being said, if you go in there, if Miss Marie and I were to join a new company that was 6 months old, we'd know, okay, I got to get my butt in gear. I got 24 months at the most, okay? And every day that we wake up and that company's still in business, we're blessed, okay? And so we know we got to get our butts in gear because we got to, if we're going to maximize this, and guys, if we do it right, we can make $2 or $3 million in that 2-year time period, okay? All right, now that can be wealth for some people. Now, that's to me being rich. Wealth is beyond that, but that's another point for another day. The thing is that it's still, Miss Marie, that's a lot of money that could change people's lives for a long time.
Well, absolutely. And that's actually another key difference between a business builder and a network marketer, especially the way we present it. A business builder is going to focus on the timing of the opportunity as well, the timing of the company, how old the company is, what the growth potential is. Whereas a network marketer is going to be more inclined to focus on the product, a passion for the product. Doesn't really matter how long the company's been around. As a matter of fact, those folks tend to gravitate towards the more established companies that are secure, that have been around for a while, that have a proven track record, and are more comfortable. Business building is a little bit more of a risk-taking scenario, because as with starting any business, the newer the business is, the higher the risk potential, right? That idea of most businesses start up and fail within the first 3 to 5 years. Mm-hmm. So if you think about it, what we're typically advocating for, kind of catching that big growth period, getting with that new company, it's a high risk, high reward proposition. And from a network marketer perspective, you're looking for more security, more long-term established track record, and having more of that security. Now, you won't have that exponential growth, but that doesn't mean you can't still achieve a decent income level.
Right. And, you know, guys, yes, she's absolutely right. You're getting a lot of great information in this episode. And let me illustrate another prime example of the difference between a network marketer approach and a business builder approach. Look, with the 5 simple steps, it's all set up to get you off on the right step because you have bad and good duplication. Miss Marie and I understand the importance of everything you do in the beginning phases. And believe it or not, it is that important because what you do, you're going to teach your people to do. And if it's bad, you're going to undermine the very success you're trying to build. Okay, so there's good and bad duplication from day one. Now, here's the thing. We show you not only how to get started right, but we show you how to make the first check. And that is the first milestone that you want to promote to your people. Because if people see that what you're teaching them works, and they get that check, regardless of whether $5 or $500, they're going to say, this works. I did exactly what they told me to do, and look, I got a check. Okay, we have a step-by-step process to make that happen. We show you exactly how to make that happen. Network marketers, you don't know that, do you, Miss Marie? You don't have a clue. They just tell you to push the product, talk to as many people as you can, and get going. And you really, as we've talked about many times, and it's probably one of the big, it's probably one of the biggest challenges people face, and that is once they get signed up, a lot of times, more times than not every situation, they get left alone, don't they?
Well, yeah, it's a lack of support, and again, a lack of a clear path, a clear plan for creating your business and achieving the level of success that you're after.
That's right. And guys, that's why we do what we do, because we give you a clear path. All right. And here's the thing. We have a quick start program that once again outlines how you can get that first check, the importance of filling out the certain forms. You have a clear path. And with the other one, you don't. And Miss Marie, as you know, and you said it happened to you, I can't really remember if it happened to me. I don't think so. But here's the thing. It is, I have heard it. I can't even tell you how many times. It is by far the biggest problem that remember I told you when I quote unquote retired from the industry, people would call me And when the wife and I first met, I used to be on the phone a lot to a lot of people across the world that were facing pretty much the same thing, because Miss Marie, they weren't getting any direction. Or if they were getting very, how would you say, it was misguided information. And a lot of times, Miss Marie, as you know, it ends up being that the person that sponsored you, very seldom would they come out and say, hey, I really don't know what I'm doing. Okay, they rarely did that. I have been around when certain leaders did say that, and kudos to them for doing that, for being honest. But when it happened to Miss Marie, a lot of the times the person that sponsored you is following the directions of the person above them, and they don't really understand how the business model works, and they're just out of frustration. They're just saying, hey, you just got to be more active. You just got to work harder. How many times have you heard that, Miss Marie? Well, you're not talking to enough people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they didn't know what else to say. They really didn't understand how the business model worked. So the one thing is, Miss Marie, typically the person that's at the top of that food chain, in other words, Miss Marie, if you had a sponsor and their sponsor and their sponsor, and it goes all the way up to where it was the third or fourth person that came into this new company, typically, Miss Marie, that third or fourth person who came into that new company is a great recruiter, not a trainer.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. They figured out how to bring people into the business,
and they're
but
done.
they can't necessarily duplicate that same thing. Well, if you look at it, a lot of the really successful large income earners in a lot of the network marketing companies, you'll see them on stage at company events and those types of things, and they typically have a pretty strong charisma.
Yes.
And the average network marketer watching them realizes, I can't do that.
Yes.
I wouldn't be able to get up on a stage and speak to people that way.
Yes.
I don't have the same level of confidence and delivery and just that innate sense of confidence that gets projected out to draw people to them. That's developed over time. And it's one of those things where people always get trapped in this idea of, oh, it's an overnight success. It happened, boom, just like that. All of a sudden they're successful, but they don't realize that there's years and years and maybe multiple companies that they've gone through to kind of build their network marketing chops in order to get to the level they're at today.
That's right. Absolutely, guys. Look, there's no doubt. We've never said that we're the only way to build this business. What we always say and always promote, which we feel very strongly about and very confident about, is that we bring to you the most proficient and the most profitable way to build this business. And it's through our experience. And we promote nothing but the basics. I did a show when Miss Marie was on vacation. I did a show about timing, not positioning, is critical to your success. In other words, it doesn't matter whether you're the third person in, as we talked about before, and this is part of the subject matter. The thing is that if you're the third person in, you take no activity. In other words, you take no steps to build a business, or you're doing the wrong things. It doesn't matter that you're the third person in there. Miss Marie could come in as the 1,333rd person and blow you out of the water, okay? Because she knows what she's doing and she's tapping into a growing company. It doesn't matter what position you hold. The only time it matters is if you're doing the right things and build a wonderful business and end up being a legacy position because you were the third person in and took action, correct action. And one of the things we promote all the time is consistent, correct business building activity. Well, the 5 simple steps is exactly that, because they're based on the basics. You got to talk to people. You have to have leads. Okay. You got to have a speed and urgency, which the 90-day mini blast has built into it automatically. You have to have leaders in your business. If you don't have leaders, you don't have a business. Okay. And so those are the basics. That the 5 simple steps are based on the basics. You got to do those things, regardless of whether you use our system or not. Well, there's a proficient way to put that system together, right, Miss Marie? And that's what the 5 simple steps do. It's a very proficient, step-by-step, very simple to do. The only thing you got to master is the music to the ears message, which attracts the right people to you. Well, those are all steps in the mindset and the approach and the activity of the business builder, okay, that says, hey, I got to have structure. I got to know what I'm doing. I got to be able to create volume. This does that. It has a threshold of profitability built in. so that not only am I creating volume, but my business and my downline businesses are going to be profitable in the process. Why is that important? Because if people are making money, they're going to continue to build the business. They're going to say, wow, this is working. How far can I take this? Man, this is great. If they're working hard and making pennies on the dollar, they're going to say, well, I don't think this is worth it. I'm putting in a lot of time, a lot of effort, and yeah, I'm making money, but man, I should be making more than this. If you don't know the threshold of profitability, then typically you're a network marketer. And so you're out there building your business. And even if, Miss Marie, even if you're talking to a lot of people, you get them on the great weight loss product that your company has, Miss Marie, if you're not maximizing that profit, in other words, if you're not creating the volume, then guess what? You're going to sit down and your spouse is going to say, look, you're taking a lot of time away from the family. You're doing this, you're doing that. And these checks, instead of them being, maybe like $1,900, Miss Marie, it may only be $900. You're missing out on $1,000 because you have some people doing 35 PV, some people doing 55 PV, some people doing 60. There's no consistency in the PV creation, even though people are working the way you tell them. And Miss Marie, even if you have the heart to stick with it, your downline, there's a lot of your downline that's not. If they're making pennies, they're going to leave, especially top-notch people. Would you agree?
I do. And also one of the things I want to point out here, is our topic is network marketer or business builder. Which one are you? We do want you to recognize where you currently are, but also understand if you are realizing you're a network marketer, but you really want to be a business builder, you can make that transition.
That's right.
You don't even have to change companies. I mean, you can decide that, oh, you know what? I really want to treat this more as a business. I want to follow a plan. I want to follow a path. I want that life-altering income.
That's right.
And you can go the reverse direction too. You may have been a business builder and you're driving the business hard and you've gotten to a level where it's okay, or you just don't have the time and energy to put into it, and you can dial it back. If you're just passionate about the products, want to share it on occasion, you just enjoy the social aspect of the network marketing company that you're in. We've talked about this in multiple episodes before, just the quality of people that typically engage in network marketing opportunities and the events where you can meet these people and the different areas of life that they're involved in, the different types of businesses, careers, passions, hobbies, those types of things. You can meet some really like-minded people and have an enjoyable experience as a network marketer. So again, it's not necessarily that one is better than the other. It's determining which is best for you and which path you want to pursue. And again, you can always change it.
That's right. That's a great point. I wouldn't have thought of bringing that up, but she's right. It's, it's your business. You can do whatever you want. It's a flexible business that's very forgiving in certain aspects. And in that situation, that great example you gave, it's certainly flexible enough and forgiving enough to do that. And that's a great point. So with that being said, Ms. Marie, I think we covered this subject matter pretty well. There's a clear, distinct mindset and approach, whether you're a network marketer or a business builder. Okay. Once again, as we close, to summarize, Miss Marie and I, if we were to come back into business today, would have a totally different mindset and approach than a quote unquote regular network marketer, because we look at it totally different, realizing that it's an opportunity to maximize the financial opportunity a company presents to us, a new company presents to us. And we realize that is our product, the timing of that company and the money that's available. Understand that 70% of the wealth for the company and individuals is created in a phase one company, meaning a new company. It's a volatile environment. You can go out of business any day. It's going to face challenges, sometimes big challenges. But guess what? You got to have the heart. You got to have the fortitude, to move forward and to maximize that. Okay. And Miss Marie and I have the knowledge and the thick skin and the willingness to do that because we know the rewards can be huge. Right, Miss Marie? So that is the biggest difference versus a network marketer who's typically product focused and also throw everything against the wall and see what sticks type approach to the activity, because they don't know what else to do. And they typically talk about the product, promote the product, try to get as many people on the product as possible. and they're going to talk to as many people as possible. And their message, Miss Marie, is kind of scattered. It's rarely the same. It's usually product focused. But the point is the message changes because they allow people to ask questions, and whoever asks the questions is in control of a conversation. Is that correct?
Yep. Whoever asks the better questions wins.
That's right. And people are going to ask good questions about the product, and you're going to be defending the cost of the product, the ingredients of the product, et cetera, and the effectiveness of it. Totally different than what a business builder does. All right, guys, that is it in summarization. Tomorrow's topic is a good one. Miss Marie has brought up a wonderful follow-up, which is tomorrow's is going to be the topic is going to be the dreaded MLM learning curve. Okay, you can see how that's going to tap into today's topic. Okay, there is a learning curve, and I'm going to tell you, sometimes that can be a long learning curve, and it can really challenge you at your fortitude, whether you want to stick with this business model or not, right, Miss Marie? And not many people have the heart to go through what you and I went through, but it is a learning curve, and boy, I'm going to tell you something, you do not want to go through that. It's another endorsement, if you will, of our 5 simple steps, because there again, you have at your fingertips the ability to tap into the 5 simple steps without going through the learning curve and saving yourself a lot of heartache, a lot of money, and a lot of time. Would you not agree, Miss Marie?
Oh, I totally agree. I'm looking forward to that topic tomorrow.
Yeah, me too. So, guys, if you want to save time and money and cause less stress in your family, guess what? You do not want to miss tomorrow's episode. All right, guys, with that being said, if you will, please share, like, and comment on our various social media platforms. We appreciate it in advance if you do. And if you go to our YouTube channel, as you know, please subscribe and also hit the bell twice so that you can be notified when we go live and when we upload content. Also, please give us a thumbs up on all of our social media platforms. When you like what you hear, you can see where it can help you. It has value. We love that immediate feedback. Once again, visit our website. The new website, it is up. It is much more easy. It's easier to navigate, much more efficient and effective, and it's got a lot of great content. TheMLMsolution.net is the website. If you go there, please hit the share buttons as well. Let the other network marketers across the globe know that it's there. Hashtag TheMLMsolution. You can use that hashtag not only to find us, but to share our various platforms with our fellow network marketers. All right, Miss Marie, I think that pretty much covers it, don't you?
I do. We'll see you 11 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow for the learning curve.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be Tuesday, March 9th. Oh my gosh, almost a third of the month already. All right, guys, we're going to hop off here. We'll talk to you later. I'm not getting any younger, Miss Marie.
Thank you for listening to the MLM Solution Podcast. For more info, visit our website, themlmsolution.net. Please follow us on the following platforms: Facebook, YouTube, etc. And share this podcast with our fellow network marketers around the world by hitting the share button on our various platforms.